Damnable heresies! Damnable heresies that corrupt our Primarch with blasphemous lies! Think! Think, brothers and sisters! How can it be that a mutant abomination might slay his angels? How can it be that a twisted aberration of diseased flesh might be spared by his Rogel Dawn? How can it be that our Primarch would ever trust a monster with such a holy task?
Father O'Neill paused for breath. The bulbous folds of his neck gulped at the air. The crowds before him seemed unmoved by his words. The preacher was not surprised. They were scum. Starvation-pinched faces, grimed with oily soot. Orphans, gangsters and waifs, subsisting like sump rats in the underhives of Necromunda Secundus. The unwashed masses of humankind, metaphorically and literally. Unwashed bodies, unwashed souls. O'Neill swallowed back his hatred.
I declare crusade! I declare holy war on Fistmas!
Give it a rest, preacher. It's Fistmas.
Who said that? Who? Reveal yourself, heretic!
O'Neill glared across the crowd. He tried, and failed, to distinguish his heckler from the mass of bodies collected in the Mercator Gelt markets. They all looked the same. Scrawny, disloyal, impious beasts, growing like mould on the old archaeotech of half-broken machines.
Where's your Fistmas spirit, preacher? It's for the kids, innit?
For the 5th time that day, O'Neill's hand twitched for his flamer. The crowd shied away like a single wary animal. A Gelt operative with a well-serviced lasgun shot the preacher a warning glance. O'Neill forced himself to relax. He tried a different tack.
All I ask is that you think! The Imperial Fists cannot be defeated in battle!
He pointed at a child.
You, child! Think!
Phanta Claus ate all the Space Marines until it got beaten up by Mr. Primarch Dawn. Mr. Primarch Dawn let it live, but gave it a really important job. It had to find presents for everyone who's good, every Fistmas Eve.
No! Stupid idiot child! This is blasphemy! Heresy!
Spittle foamed at the preacher's mouth. His fingers longed for the trigger of his flamer as the crowd jeered. Someone threw a bottle, shattering on the graffiti-stained hab wall behind the podium. O'Neill shook, apoplectic with rage. The mob started to sing Fistmas songs.
It was Fistmas Eve, babe, in the drug tank, and an old man said to me, "Won't see another one."
The Gelt operative stepped towards the preacher.
You best get out of here. They've been drinking. It's Fistmas Eve after all.
And the bells were ringing out for Fistmas Day.
The crowd pointed at O'Neill, singing in unison.
You're a bum, you're a wart, you're an old dragon sort.
Another bottle soared past the preacher's head. The Gelt operative swore loudly, loosing a burst of lasfire into the air. The crowd cheered.
Get out of here,
The operative told the preacher.
or I'll shoot you myself.
His face scarlet, O'Neill retreated from the jeering mob. The hab-block walls rose up about him, featureless grey but for crude graffiti and acid cloud stains. Empty window frames were gaping, distended mouths, toothless but for the odd shard of broken glass. Smashed bottles were tinsel drawn across urine-stinking streets. catching the motes of artificial light that guttered and sputtered around fizzing wires. The preacher stepped over a strung-out dreg, wrinkling his nose. The body smelled dead, rot and excrement and oily dirt stinging at O'Neill's nostrils. The buildings on either side were half destroyed and moulding, leaning together like sagging skin. Drug paraphernalia crunched beneath O'Neill's boots, the detritus of Necromunda, the baubles of an underhive Fistmas. It was strangely quiet. The din of the Gelt marketplace was swallowed up by the ruined hab blocks and littered streets. A diseased-looking scab rat, its green tail embedded in a mesh of electrical wiring and scrap metal, scratched along the ground. O'Neill froze. His hands reached once more towards his flamer. He heard a sudden screech from above. His eyes darted up, just in time to see a massive, sinewy creature pouncing towards him. O'Neill leapt back, barely missed by the monster's lashing claws.
Throne above!
The creature grinned. Though stooped, it towered over the preacher, slabs of lopsided iron muscle forcing it into a hunched and crooked stance. The monstrosity flexed its talons. Bottles and syringes hung from its claws, tinkling a tuneless, cheerful cacophony of rings and clinks. Its face was grotesque. A human jaw distorted around oversized yellow fangs, its nose mere slits beneath squinting red eyes. A drooping gore-stained hat was pulled over a lumpy hairless scalp, ending with a glass bauble of an obscura bonk. Otherwise, it was naked, its skin parchment pale, but gnarled and misshapen, like overcooked miliosaur meat. When it spoke, it managed only a series of guttural grunts and hisses. O'Neill unleashed a torrent of fire from his flamer. The mutant twitched, diving to the side as the flames licked merrily at the air. Before the preacher could react, it pounced again. The talons jangled as they buried into the preacher's side. They ripped away a pound of flabby skin. O'Neill screamed. His howl was short-lived. The monster's next swipe tore out his throat. Before the preacher fell, the mutant bit hard into the remains of O'Neill's neck. It violently shook him in its jaws, a scab hound savaging a lashworm. The head flew off. It bounced along the street. Stunted, twisted mutants crept out from their hidey holes, red eyes wide with avarice. They dragged their feet towards the preacher. Grasping claws looted his body. Once done, they held their prizes up to the failing light. A flame canister, an aquila pendant, a shiny silver filling, a bloody hip bone, a purse of glittering coins, twined laces, and hardy steel buckles.
Make many things, Santa Claus. Make many, many things for the good little children.
The monster's grin grew. It dislocated its jaw as the smile spread across the entire width of its twisted face. When it shook its head, its jaw snapped back into place.
Thank you for listening to this video from the Archive Tower. If you enjoyed this story, please like and subscribe to the channel.